Hey, it's Todd Ault. Welcome back to Risk On. What a day in the market. It's February 11th, the 9th day of what could be the greatest show about risk ever invented. That's a forward-looking statement if I've ever heard one. Jason, Bumble?
Rumble, Bumble, stumbling. IPO for Bumble. Everybody know what Bumble is?
Wow, dude. I feel like I should go dating again. Wow, it's an incredible day for Bumble. And on top of that, we got Bitcoin. What else we got? It is an incredible day. I'm Todd Ault. This is Jason Bartholomew, my partner in crime, professional baseball player, former professional baseball player, poker player, trader extraordinaire. Maybe some money today. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm running out of ink today. There's so much to talk about.
It made me money. We traded. We made money today.
Yep.
We're going to cover a lot of topics. This is going to be a show about stocks today. This is Risk On. We were Risk On today. Crazy time. We're going to deliver you everything. What is someone saying to me? Hey, you got to subscribe. my producer's telling me, like and subscribe, please. It helps with the algorithm. Let's go.
The thumbs up is great.
Jason, let's get right to the market.
All right, so Bumble had their IPO today. 45 million float, 185 million shares outstanding. It opened around $70. It's incredible. A 13.5 billion market cap. I mean, this is outrageous. This market is insane, in my opinion.
I saw Bumble. I thought it was around $78. Let's bring up the chart, Brett. In the it IPO'd at 43. I see it hit 77 at the open, and then kind of drifted down from there, closing at 70.31. Is the screen up, Brett? It's a rip. And and Whitney, congratulations to you and the all. You got a very a female-led board and female-led team, an incredible job, and making
absolutely.
Bumble a safe environment for women to date. It's a testament to what she's done as a leader. Really, I'm kind of impressed. I wish I was more impressive on how to use an iMac, but that's okay. The market cap's incredible. The competition's incredible. She's done an incredible job.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's good for, it's a little bit unique where it's led by the female side of the, I almost said transaction because I've been thinking about trades all day.
Right.
It's not really a transaction, is it? If you're going to meet another person?
I think there's a lot of virtual dating going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, so it could be considered a transaction. I don't know. In today's day and age.
What are you saying there, Bumble girl?
Yeah.
The transaction?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a...
And we're kind of losing it there.
Well,
anyways, big IPO for Bumble today.
Yeah.
Big day for Bumble. And another testament to what's going on in the IPO market.
So from that high note, let's talk about weed. We weren't very high today.
Dude, last night in the aftermarket, listen, okay, I want to make sure I get this into the mic here. I saw Sundial at over $4.20. You said it was going to go to $4.20. Yeah. It printed $4.20. That was kind of close to the high of the day. Now, those of you who disagree, remember I traded Interactive and Webull. Webull for personal, Interactive for corporate, and it was legitimately trading at $4.20. For full disclosure, I did buy it when it was down in the $2 and some change range, and then I had the privilege of having Jason say, "Sell it," and I sold it.
We hit that double bottom at like 230, 231, and then it just launched.
If we could bring it up on the screen, you can see. Wow, this was just
dude. There it is.
We intraday it was at $3.95, but pre-market it was over $4.20.
Yeah,
I think that was symbolic, and then. It traded down all the way down here to like $2.17. We rallied and sold it at $3.05, and that is just pure damn luck.
Yeah, thing was all over the place.
Maybe you timed it perfectly. And we do not own Sundial right now. So for full disclosure, we do not own it, but what a rip. Wow.
That was a good one. I'm waiting. Unfortunately, the Aurora Cannabis earnings report is supposed to come out after hours, but it's not coming out until 5, so I'm going to miss that.
Everything cannabis was up in the morning, and then it kind of traded off.
Yeah, how about TLRY? That thing got shorted to oblivion.
I saw this morning the market kind of turned around when weed stocks gave it back. The market kind of sold off.
Yeah,
and
the SPY did. I was texting you about it, and it was running.
Right, and you were kind of ahead of that. And look at, I mean, is that?
Yeah, it's down 50%, buddy. Tilray.
Wait a second. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was 67 yesterday. It was down to 31.
We have that on the screen, Brett?
Let's just take a closer look at Tilray.
Wait a second. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Tilray was down 31.75 today?
Yes.
What happened? Weed.
They
the
put
weed plants die.
They had access to shorts, and they piled into Tilray.
I don't even know how to react to that. I didn't see that.
It lost
was a
half
little
its,
busy right up to the close,
Yeah.
and I know. Well, then I guess you're kind of lucky that it wasn't worse for Sundial.
Yeah, I mean, Tilray lost half of its value from yesterday.
I mean, what is that? Up in smoke, Skyla? If the stock is $70 and now it's 32, and it's a weed stock, do you say up in smoke or what? I guess. Wow, up in smoke may be the headline. I mean, this thing is crushed.
Well, Sundial was 420 blaze it, and Tilray was up in smoke. So
there you go.
You've got two of the tickers going different ways to. Yeah, exactly. So
did he say a complete withdrawal?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Wow, man,
Tilray's
I'm
pull
kind of
out,
mesmerized by
yeah.
this Tilray. Did we put it back up again? Let's just show this. This is the intraday, so let's show the 5-day just so that I can feel better about myself.
Honestly,
oh
Todd,
my God!
You know, Todd, on Wall Street Bets, you know, they were all over these tickers, Sundial and Tilray, and it does look like Wall Street Bets pullout game was strong on Tilray.
No, you mean Wall Street Bets? They sold. They wanted to sell.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was incredible.
That's the show, folks. We're gonna wrap it up with that. Just kidding. That's Let's cover what happened with the Dow, the S&P.
Yeah.
Let's talk about silver.
Let's
give them a quick update real quick.
The Dow was flat. It was down 7 points. NASDAQ was up 53 to 14,025, and S&P was up 6 to 39.16. Hey, oil actually had its first red day in I think the last 10 trading days.
Wow.
It was down 70 cents, 57.98. Bitcoin, it went as high as 48.5. I think it retraced to 47-ish, 47.3 in that range. And Ethereum is at 17.67. Gold down 17 to 18.25.
As we speak, Ethereum is 17.60.
Okay.
Bitcoin is 46.7. Call it 780.
Yeah.
And boy, did that thing rip, man.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, that is it. Some of the riots of the world. Let's
get into that. I want to look at let's look at one different one. Look at OSTK, please.
Overstock.
Yeah, let's change it up.
Patrick.
Yeah. Patrick Byrne.
He's gone.
Great American. Yeah, he is gone. But let's look at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Overstock. They own T0. They're pretty heavy in crypto.
Yep. Alt
crypto
coins.
exchange, altcoins, etc.
Yeah, actually, almost an all-time high. August of 20, it was 121.
It's so strange to me. Patrick leaves and the thing's still doing well.
But he had to leave because of the stuff that was going on in his personal life, dating the Russian girl, Butina, her name was, last name, and then the stuff with the alleged stuff. He actually, he's got a blog called Deep Capture.
Did you bring up the screen on? Okay, so Patrick obviously was the CEO. Patrick is actually the godson of Warren Buffett. People I don't know if you know about
Correct.
that, but the founder of Overstock and the CEO who left recently was his father was the founder of, I believe, of Geico.
Correct.
And then Geico was Warren Buffett's. It's one of his really early investments. He's a big fan, and Warren Buffett was the godfather of Patrick. So pretty small world there.
Yeah, Patrick has an interesting personal life. If you get a chance to look at his blog, deepcapture.com, it's pretty amazing. He talks about working with the three-letter agencies.
You know, there's talk that they were going to sell off their retail business and focus on T0 and the stuff they're building in infrastructure they're building around crypto.
I wonder how much of their revenue is driven by.
Oh, they are a couple $1 billion retailer.
Yeah,
they're big, but they've never competed with Amazon or the eBays of the world. They're people buy from Overstock, but it's a couple billion a year.
And then like Wayfair too. That's
right, a couple billion a year. But you got a lot of stocks to cover. Let's cover them.
Yeah, I mean RIOT obviously it went to 46. I mean it's just incredible. Mara 43. I mean they were back fully engaged again. You know
they're these. I'm going to bring it up real quick. These Bitcoin stocks. It was up 6 today, but at one point I think it was a little higher. Well, actually. It went to 46, closed at 43. Bitcoin's a risk-on trade. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin.
And if you're like a simple trader or investor, these tickers are really easy to follow. I mean, you know exactly where the revenue is derived from.
Patrick, Brett, did you bring up that screen? Okay, yeah. So RIOT's, let's look at the last month in RIOT. It's up and to the right. I mean, these things are ripping.
Yeah,
just totally ripping. Incredible.
And there's the other tickers too. There's other smaller scale Bitcoin miners too.
Right.
BT is another great one.
BT.
CAN, another one. Canon.
Right.
So all of them are back to the.
So I don't know what other you want to cover, because I want to get to OCGN. Unfortunately,
we're gonna
I got to be
that.
clear on this. I'm long the stock OCGN.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of in love a little bit. I hope I'm not wrong here, but I'm kind of loving that thing.
So OCGN, we had an overnight position. Okay.
We had an overnight. And we added to it. But do you want to get the OCGN, because you had other stuff on your list?
I want to talk about, there's a couple of big things I want to talk about. So we talked about weed. We talked about crypto.
Sure.
You know what we haven't talked about much?
What?
And it's
silver? Could it be silver?
No, we're gonna get to that.
We never talk about silver.
We're gonna talk about.
Let's get to silver right away.
Let's talk about guns and ammo.
Oh, I like guns and ammo.
Let's talk about POW. I love that ticker.
Okay, I don't own it anymore.
POW.
I used to own it.
POWW out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
They did an uplisting.
Yep.
I have a buddy of mine who put five. Oh my.
Yes, POW. Right.
Let's bring it up.
Right in the kisser.
Holy smokes!
I was trying to tell you about that.
I'm so brilliant. I sold it for $6.
All right.
Your risk on trade is listening to me.
There is news involved.
Okay, this has been a tear. This thing did a secondary, I believe, at 3 and some change, and uplisted to the NASDAQ. Let's look at the last month. I think this is on a tear. Oh yeah. This is a
love it.
Let's look at the 6-month chart. Oh, this is the 6-month chart is.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So POW, right?
Right.
Scottsdale, Arizona. That's That's a short drive. We should go there.
No. Look at bullets.
We can go shooting there. Maybe use some of their ammo.
But why are they hitting highs here?
Okay, so POW was formerly Ammo Inc. They design, produce, market ammo and ammo components. Today, they signed a letter of intent to acquire gunbroker.com. That's like the online auction version of eBay for weapons.
Didn't know it existed.
Yeah, it's gunbroker.com for approximately $240 million.
Is this your risk on trade?
Well, I didn't.
You want to be long POW? I mean, do you want the audience to consider looking at POW?
Yeah, for sure.
For entertainment purposes?
For entertainment purposes, as long as an investment. And the reason being is, obviously, this administration is exact opposite of the previous administration. There's a lot of pressure on the Second Amendment, guns, and ammo.
If you look at the 1 year, it's breaking, or was that 6 months? It's breaking out.
For sure.
This thing's on a tear, and they acquired a gun broker.
So they acquired gunbroker.com,
Wow.
okay? That's the world's largest online auction marketplace. And they acquired it for $240 million. It'll be cash and shares. We'll know more about the actual transaction when the definitive comes out. But gunbroker.com, let me give you a little bit of background on that. They had 2020, they had $60 million in revenue, $40 million of EBITDA, so that's pretty solid. And it looks like with POW, though, they did mention they might have to raise some capital to make this transaction work. So keep an eye, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, keep an eye on a capital raise and a pullback.
Do you think there could be an offering in conjunction with the fact that they would need money to do this deal?
I'm telling you, that's probably going to happen. And
they kind of said that, didn't they?
Yes, they did. So if it does, that'll be your entry, okay, for entertainment purposes, obviously.
Okay, you can stop saying it.
All right,
we're not giving you investment advice, but, you don't rely on us. Do your own research.
All right, so
we're just giving you ideas, and then if you decide to invest in them, we have no axe to grind. I don't own any POW. I don't own any. I'm not on the board.
Yep.
We have no relationship with them. We're not affiliated. When we're affiliated with something, we will tell you. We will tell you what we own. For example, I am executive chairman and the founder of Ault Global, which trades on the NYSE American. That doesn't mean I want you to buy it. Doesn't mean I want you to sell it. I'm not going to give you any advice in there. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You can do your own research. However, when it comes to POW, we're pretty interested in bullets and guns, right?
You want another?
And that's a pretty interesting. I bet you this thing pulls back a little bit because of the offer, but it's probably long-term really bullish.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it looks bullish to me.
You want another idea?
I do. Let's give me another idea.
Here's one that you're not going to expect.
What?
PayPal.
Why would you like PayPal?
Large cap. PayPal today. Good news for us. Overall, good news for everyone that loves freedom. PayPal will add crypto to their Venmo wallet.
No way.
Yes way.
Really?
Yes, that's pretty big news. They're also expanding.
PayPal's already been on a tear, though. I mean, this stock has done really well.
But look
at
that. It's a
yeah. I mean, look at the max chart here on PayPal. This is just an incredible player. Up $1.85 today. Brett, you can leave it there for a second.
Just trying to give you a little risk off.
This is a risk off trade, you think?
Yeah.
No risk in PayPal. I think there's risk, but it's on a tear. And anything that's adding crypto, you saw what happened with MasterCard.
Yep.
Bank
of New York.
Not going away, man.
Yeah.
Not going away.
So,
soon, you're going to cure cancer with Bitcoin?
No, but they're expanding to the UK also.
What, cancer?
No, they're crypto products.
Oh, they're crypto products.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
they're going to be able to transact over there across the pond.
All right, so what, I saw AUMN pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
What about the silver
like
stocks?
14.
Yeah.
Silver was pretty flat today. NAK hovering right around the 99 cent to $1
I saw that
range.
dollar in the after.
AUMN mid-90s.
Right.
You know there's the Nasdaq only has like 2 or 3 tickers that are under $1, and they're gold tickers.
MCIT.
MCIT.
Yeah, I saw they did $60 million with AGP.
Yeah, I did see that.
They put up $60 million. They raised money.
Yep.
Everyone's raising capital like crazy.
Except GameStop.
GameStop doesn't need to raise capital, apparently.
Can we look at GameStop? Let's just.
But you can't help yourself. You're like an addict.
Just for a minute.
All right, let's go back to GameStop for a second.
We're gonna get to your new love affair. Don't worry.
What's my new love affair?
OCGN.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the vaccine for the world.
Well, you're dating her right now. I mean,
I'm dating with suspicion.
Yeah, I mean,
51 on GameStop. We'll pull that up real quick. Here's the intraday. We rallied from 50 to 55, go all the way back down into the high 49 range, go back, close at 51.
Yeah.
Dead money with some trading involved.
Yeah, it's 50 after hours.
You got to like the volatility.
Yeah, for sure. But
the way it looks to me is that if I were to guess, it's going to slowly trade down over time, like trickle down to 45, trickle down there, and then trickle down to 42, and then back up to 49, then back down to 31, then back up to 42, and you're going to grind this thing lower. Valuation is going to take over again.
Yeah, the real story.
It's more reasonable now, $3.5 billion.
Yeah,
that's like $1 million per store, right? $1 million per store would be $2 billion. Yeah. So yeah, maybe you never know.
They've got too many stores. What do you think about? Wow, how did I not look at? Speaking of, I just wanted to look at one more ticker that I didn't have on my list. SAVA. Just want to see where that's at.
Well, I saw it down this morning. I actually sold SAVA.
Okay, there it is.
I actually sold it in pre-market. I thought it was weak.
Yeah, 48.
Yeah, and I actually sold it right at like 50 and some change. It just looked weak to me. It didn't hold up. It didn't have any movement. I mean, I think it's flat for now.
You know, there's another one. You know, another large cap. Disney had earnings.
Great, they're crushing it.
Yeah, they were. Let's see. Actually, I got the numbers. Actually, it just came out like right before we went on air. Pardon me for shifting pages here. The street was looking for negative 41 cents, and they came in at 32 cents EPS. Mm-hmm. That's a massive beat.
This management team is remarkable. Gavin Newsome wouldn't let Disneyland open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this place, the rules in California, they don't even make any sense.
Do you know, Gavin? You know they came up with the qualifying number of votes to have a recall vote.
I heard they have enough votes to recall him.
Yeah.
You think that happens?
So now they're going to vote on that.
Oh no, everything's going to open now.
Yeah, of course. The floodgates will open.
Sure.
But he's lost such a large amount of his tax base. They're all.
I don't think it's hurt him yet. I mean, you see the fluffery of people leaving like myself, but I don't think that, they lost Elon, they lost Larry Ellison, they lost real people, but I don't think it's hurt them yet. They got a big economy, but the writing's on the wall that it's hurting them.
Well, if they're losing a lot of the tech stuff to come across to Nevada, northern Nevada, I mean, for sure.
I was really bummed yesterday that we did not cover, and I always get this ticker wrong. Is it TRXC?
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
Right.
I missed that one.
I apologize that we didn't cover this. We talked about this a while ago in the 3 and some change range when the show started. And this thing hit yesterday, 658. I'm sure Brett has the chart up. They made a lot of progress, raised money, and have some products out for FDA approval. Just want to bring to everyone's attention, this thing is still doing well. Pulled back a little bit from its high, but it's still doing great.
Did you trade that one?
I did. I sold out. But That's because I loaded up on it pretty heavily in the 3 range, 3 interchange 4. And then it rallied up and I took it off. But I did want to bring that to everyone's attention that we're still keeping an eye on it.
And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the OCGN. Let's dig into it.
Well, I'm confused about.
There was like investor place writers. There's like a bunch of people coming out with bashing posts and articles to be careful with OCGN. It's too heavy. Jim Cramer said
it was down here in the, what is this, 4 and some change range? Yeah, 328. It ripped that day all the way up here, February 8th to 1772. Yeah, and it has pulled back, flattened out a little bit, spiked up. I'm long. I mean, just flat out. I bought an additional 10,000 at 10.61.
Yeah.
No, excuse me, wrong. 9.61, and then I had already owned, I think 4,000 at 11, and when it rallied today to over 13, I sold it.
Right.
And so I'm still long the 10,000 at 9.61. I'm a fan of this because I think this is the risk on trade for me. And listen, this is risky. You got to be prepared only to have a little bit in this. But I know today you were like, when it was at 13 some change, you wanted me to sell it.
Of course I did.
Yeah, but my problem is I feared reentry because I think eventually if they get some news about, hey, Brazil's taking our product, they announce some real news. This thing is out of control. And so to me, risk reward is, does it go back to 5? Now, this is a perspective on risk on. I've got a decent sized portfolio. So if it goes back to 5 for me, I would be bummed. I'm not going to doubt.
Of course, yeah.
But I would probably pile on above 12, 13, which is what I really wanted to do today. Interactive brokers, you disappoint me, by the way, today. That's a different story. Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I would say to you that, to me, risk reward here is the news is probably more positive than negative. And there's a reason why it's hovering at this $2 billion market cap, and that is if you become the vaccine of choice for a lot of these third world countries, these guys print money.
Yeah.
Right?
But you have to remember, OCGN only has the joint venture for the revenue in the United States. So keep that in mind. So they're not getting
something I didn't know.
Yeah,
that's a risk-on moment there.
They're not getting a piece.
Stupid risk.
So if Duterte in the Philippines says, "Hey, Modi, what's up with this OCGN, man? Why don't you send us this vaccine?" and they send heaps of it, we're not realizing any revenue there.
I didn't know that. Well, caught with my pants down. Wow, I thought this was global revenue.
No, just America.
Wow. Well, that's why you're taking a risk listening to me.
So that's why I was like, sellable, re-enter. Full disclosure, I went 1080 entry, 1,200 shares, sold out to 1,250, and then re-entered at 1080 again, 1,500 shares, and I'm long right now.
Wow. Well, so what's the likelihood of it getting emergency status here?
It's very likely because the thing about this vaccine is, Covaxin, is it has an advantage over the other, like Moderna and Pfizer and J&J, because it's preferred because of the certain way the protein synthesized. It's preferred for children. It's a preferred vaccine for children. Right. Now, that's not what I'm saying. I'm obviously not a scientist, but that's what I'm reading. And then also it has the ability to work more on the other strains, I guess, that we've seen, like in the UK and in Europe.
I'm getting a test today at 2:45.
Oh, yeah, the nasal?
Yeah, they're going to shove that up my nose.
You're not getting the butt test like in China?
They butt test you there?
Yeah, they do butt testing there.
What kind of test is up your butt?
They just put up your keister. I don't know.
You know, like the probe?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy stuff.
Didn't know that. Didn't know that.
So, yeah, keep that in mind. It's 55-45 split in favor of Bharat Biotech in America. So, if and when it comes this way, we're going to have a big run-up.
That would change my tune a little bit. I did not know... I did not understand that was only in America.
Yes.
But everything in life has risk, right? And
Absolutely.
So I thought it was the whole world. Well, I guess I have to assess how much I like that now. I mean, what's the likelihood of it getting here in America?
I mean, I think it's pretty likely. I mean, we're still at a shortage for vaccines. I did read that the White House posted that they were able to obtain another 100,000 vaccines. They didn't say.
100 million, you mean?
Actually,
that would make no sense to me.
No, I think you're right.
I heard from Johnson. I read from
Yeah.
Johnson & Johnson is saying that they think we're gonna need.
It is 100 million.
They think we're gonna need vaccines every year now.
What would be the case? I just thought about this.
Revaccinated every year.
I'm not getting jab. Period.
Seems like a business, right? Get
Yeah.
revaccinated every year.
Yeah, there's.
You're an anti-vaxxer?
In this case, I am. It's risk on. It's risk reward.
I'm getting a vaccine.
Well, my risk is less.
Listen,
than
you got to understand,
most.
man. For people who have a little extra weight on them, Josh,
Right.
you got to get a vaccine.
Okay.
You know, I have comorbidities.
If you have underlying issues,
For all my haters out there, you know who you are. I have comorbidities. An extra bagel a day keeps the doctor away.
listen, Rudy, who smokes cigars every day and he's 77, he had COVID. He got rid of it in 4 days.
Who's Rudy?
Giuliani.
Oh, really?
Donald J. Trump had it. He's 74 and obese, and he just crushed it in 4 days.
He's not as obese as me.
Well, I don't know what his body mass is, but I know he's obese.
Oh. Rotund.
Rotund, that's right.
Let's keep it right here.
So, yeah, so that's what we're looking at. There's a chance though that what if they just export that over to America, and then America, and then we export it to other countries. Like we just act as a liaison between.
I don't know. I have to look at this again. I like the trade.
Yeah.
I think it has a nice setup. If they get news in the U.S., the stock goes to the moon.
Oh, for sure it does.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought we had a lot of other stocks to cover, though.
I mean, we've covered quite a few.
Have we?
Yeah. We've probably covered 10 to 15 tickers.
Doesn't seem like we covered a lot.
Disney, PayPal, OCGN, Mara, RIOT.
What's that list over there? I don't see.
The producer's showing the tickers.
Oh, yeah. She's acting like we did a lot of coverage here.
We have a lot of other stuff to cover, and we've got about 10 or 15 minutes.
What's your risk on stock of the day, Josh asks?
What, for today or tomorrow?
Today.
Well, today was OCGN for me.
I know, but for tomorrow, what do you think people should be looking at?
You're going to be looking at it again. You're going to be looking at it until they come out with news, which is going to be by the 18th.
OCGN, for sure. I'm not a weed stock guy. You are, so that's just kind of out of my wheelhouse.
You're going to look at – it's actually in 15 minutes you'll have the ACB, Aurora Cannabis, will report earnings unless they report it a little bit early. Actually, here we go right here.
Live on the air.
Is this total cannabis? I'm looking at something right here. Total cannabis net revenue, 70 million. I don't think this is it. Oh, yes, it is it. Okay, 70 million, excluding provisions of 2.7 million, up 11%.
What's the symbol?
It's ACB. It looks like, wow.
Could we so it's up $1 in the aftermarket to $15.47, but was down $4.45. Can you bring that chart up?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so there you go. It's up in the aftermarket.
Let's
but
look at
it got crushed.
But let's look at Sundial. Do we have sympathy?
Oh Lord, are we back to Sundial?
We have to be. It's 3 billion shares traded today, and yes, it is. It's up. Yes, it's up 6% in the after hours.
Yep,
252.
It's up 14 cents. Exactly.
Okay.
So this is the all weed all the time network now. We cover weed, flour, bud, butter, soap, cookies,
Edibles.
whatever you can, edibles, gummies. Let me just turn over to Skylar right now. Skylar, can you come host the show?
Skylar, you could take like a.
I will tell you. Let me give you my assessment of risk on a little bit today. When I was watching the market, there was a time where it looked like some stuff was starting to get hit hard intraday.
Right.
And then they came back and bought it. The Dow felt heavy.
Yes.
And stocks felt heavy, and I saw like a 4 to 8% correction in a bunch of stocks pretty quickly.
When I was texting you about SPY, it was dropping.
It got hit. Yeah.
And it was running in conjunction. It was correlation.
It seemed like it,
yeah,
right?
for
so
sure.
I think that there's some people who want to press the sell button.
For sure. But, I mean, how can you blame them? I mean, how much...
You can't blame them.
Yeah, you can't.
Right.
So, I mean...
What was a ripper today besides,
you know what,
OCGN went to 13. It was a ripper at 30%.
There was a late... You
talk about volatility. You can trade it 30% intraday, 40% intraday volatility. That's pretty sick.
There was a late ripper that I traded on Monday. Remember LEDS? Remember yeah, okay. Well, that ripped late today to $9 from $4.96.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I don't understand. If we covered LEDS the other day, did it get hit and we just didn't talk about it? Because you brought that up the other day.
I traded at $4.90 to $6.80 on Monday, and the float's really low. It's 2.3 million. So LEDS, let me look. It got a lot of attention.
Why can't it come up here?
Let's
What
take
the
a
heck
look.
is wrong with
LEDS. It's the you're not used to Tim Cook's Apple products there.
I mean, what the heck is wrong with this thing?
Here we go. Oh, it's down in the aftermarket. Look at that. 620 now. It did touch 9. It was just a pump.
Oh, I hate it when you say that.
It was a pump.
Stop saying pump.
There were no news.
Okay. So this is semi-LEDs. Let's pull up the screen. Oh, yeah. But you had been talking about this on the show.
It was a sympathy to, remember the, what was it, AU? There was another one Monday. AUYM?
Right.
Yeah. It was a sympathy to that.
These guys are headquartered in Taiwan.
Yeah.
I take it they make LEDs?
Yeah. Chips and stuff.
Right.
LED, yep.
Well, there's a chip shortage, right?
Yeah, there is a chip shortage.
So these guys only have a $28 million $29 million market cap at 722?
Yeah, there's
So when you were talking about them, they had a market cap of 14 million, 15 million?
Yeah.
Why didn't you push me harder on this?
I don't know.
Hey, dude, what? You left money? I mean, you talked about it. Wait, this is ridiculous. You brought it up.
I traded it Monday.
Days ago.
Yeah.
Why didn't we? I mean, you even brought it up on the show.
Listen, it's hard to get into your daily routine.
This is a miss, man. It was it.
Yeah. Risk on.
793. Risk on. Sometimes the risk on is that you not telling me that reminding me.
For those of you that don't know,
Look at the
right
6
now,
month. Can you bring the 6 month up here?
Yeah,
bring up the screen.
It's
what the hell, man? We should have missed out on that.
yeah, I know. Well, I didn't.
You got to
miss
watch
out
the
on
show.
it.
I got to watch my own show.
Yeah.
I watch my own show every single night.
Yeah. So we missed an opportunity there. I took a nice piece of it. I didn't share the pie with you.
Wow. Let's keep that on the radar. You know what? I think I agree with Josh. We need to start publishing the things we're watching in some sort of format.
The risk on list.
Yeah, well, why haven't you already done it? And this is terrible. This is great. We missed out. What's wrong with my voice, man? I think I'm becoming going through puberty or something.
All right, we need to work on that.
For sure.
Okay, that's my fault.
Really disappointed.
I'll take responsibility.
You
for
should.
that. I will.
You should.
I'll own up to it. I'll
Something
make it up.
Trump never does. You take responsibility. Okay.
I'll make it up to you.
I'm just kidding. What else you got?
Let's talk a little bit about some other activities around the country.
Wasn't President Trump impeached? Oh, that's going on, right?
I don't even care. It's
Does
such
anyone
a joke.
care?
No.
56% of the people do. The other 56% of the people don't want to. Although I did watch some of the actual things.
I saw some footage where they spliced stuff together. Like
some of the footage wasn't that great.
Yeah, but it was
but
all.
doesn't mean Trump did it. Well,
no.
Let's go down there and peacefully. He did actually say.
Yeah.
I actually saw a show, and I think it was actually a liberal show, but they did say that he said, we're going to walk down there peacefully protest, blah, blah, blah. But the stuff they did was, I heard some of the cops, and it was pretty scary for them. And when the reality is why do you bring a baseball bat? Why do you do all that stuff? I mean, I guess it really was, I hate to be naive, but it really was an insurrection. Bit.
No, it wasn't. There was nothing like an insurrection. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the NBA reaffirming the national
I guess they
anthem.
got a hot button there.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man. Between you and me.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that some of the videos were rough.
Yeah, but you're watching the fake news networks who said Russia collusion existed for 4 years.
Okay. Well, maybe you should leave some of this in, Brett.
Yeah, leave the part in where he uses
where
he uses CNN as his go-to app. I mean, leave that in there. That's all the credibility we need.
Wow. You mad at me?
No, I have a problem with the way society.
Last night you said we had great dinner. It was fun. Today it's like.
Listen, I just have a problem with the way society obtains their news currently because it's not news.
I just get all my news from
CNN,
Facebook.
Facebook? That's horrible.
Just kidding. Twitter.
That's horrible. It's even worse.
Kidding.
See, you proved my point.
Yeah, I did.
Anyway, let's get off.
He says
that.
I'm stupid. Is what he said.
No, I'm just saying that there's narratives.
What do we got? What do we got?
So how do you feel about Mark Cuban, about the national anthem?
He backed off.
Yeah.
How could we not have brought that up in the beginning? Let's make sure we bring it up now before we close the show out.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like when we said, hey, Mark, are you sure? He backed down. Was he listening to us?
He probably was.
He probably watched the streaming.
Yeah.
Streamed the show. Or it could be that franchise agreement with the NBA. What do you think?
Yeah, that's like an HOA agreement, kind of. Like when they say I can't have my garage door
you better
open.
put those trash cans away.
Exactly. So...
Yeah, I saw some Dallas fans being interviewed who said, we want to hear the national anthem.
So,
I don't even understand why he did it, though. I still don't get, did he need some attention? He's already a really popular guy.
Apparently, it's been going on for like 14 games, and we just caught on to it. Like someone caught on to it. I don't know how it got through that many games.
But what was the purpose?
Well, the purpose was apparently the United States has moments that they're not always proud of. So they were just exercising their free speech to voice that. But people already kneel during the national anthem. Now they just want to outright cancel the national anthem. Like, how far do we go? I don't get it.
Cancel culture. My wife, who grew up in Northern California, is upset that 41 schools are changing their name, and they're going to spend $13 million to do it. Seems like a good allocation of capital. I wonder if it's risk on if you vote people into office that spend $13 million to change schools' names, like Abraham Lincoln to something else. They're going to call it like Lily Fair Lane or something school. What are they going to call it?
I just don't. It just
Everyone gets a participation trophy school.
I don't want to go down this path.
Cancel culture. They're going to cancel Abraham Lincoln because he didn't do enough. Back then, there was no news. Like, someone had to run through the streets and tell people the news. You had to read it on pieces of paper that were made one by one. It was like, this is absurd that Abraham Lincoln didn't do enough.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever watch, like, the World Cup in soccer or the World Baseball Classic?
I watched the soccer thing, yeah.
Okay. So what do you think would happen if, like, Colombia or Brazil or Venezuela, if they just said, we're not going to play your national anthem and we're just going to cancel your anything that's patriotic, we're just not going to deal with. Do you think these other countries, have you seen how proud they are of their nations? What's wrong with being proud of your country? I don't get it.
In the World Cup that how it was handled they're pretty proud of Colombia.
Big time.
And when you score a goal in the American goal,
yes,
you pay the price when you get back to your own country. Do you not?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Colombia is not happy with you.
Listen, even those hot chicks from Medellin, they're not going to put up with it.
So, yeah, for sure.
So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
The other night I was at the M Hotel, and you know that woman who talks on Modern Family? She's from Colombia. What's her name? Sofia Vergara?
Yeah.
Her name?
Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah,
had
that accent.
Yep.
Well, the waitress was Sofia Vergara. She talking in that accent. I'm from Argentina. Got to get it right. They're not happy if you accidentally consider them something else.
Oh, if you make a mistake of someone from like the
you could kind of tell that.
Yeah.
The
they get
hot-bloodedness
pissed.
of them, like.
Oh, they're pissed. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, same thing.
If you score a goal for somebody else,
yeah,
and you come back, you may not live to tell about it.
Listen, when I lived,
but here we can just not sing the national anthem for 14 games.
Do you want to hear what Biden said about it?
What did he say?
So Peter Doocy was asking Jen Psaki today, the Biden administration press secretary, about Cuban's stance. And while the press secretary acknowledges that Joe Biden is proud to be an American and has great respect for the anthem, she also said he would support the Mavericks for calling out the frequent times when we, quote, we as a country haven't lived up to our highest ideals. I don't know. And then she said that he ran for president because of this. I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but why do we want to cancel the national anthem? I mean, she went on to say he's also proud in our country and he recognizes moments where we haven't lived up to our highest ideals, which is often and at times that people are speaking to when they take action at sporting events. I mean, they're already kneeling. I don't get it. Like, why totally remove the national anthem?
Do you think Joe Biden's going to be tough on crime?
No, the borders are wide open.
They're wide open now?
Yeah, the deportation.
The day after Trump left office, the border's open?
Border apprehensions jumped 157% over last year as Biden took office. Yes.
Wow.
They're coming. Have you seen the mobs of people? What do they call them? There was like
there's mobs.
Yeah,
the
they're
border?
just Well, they're being stopped at each country. Like Mexico was trying to stop them, but yeah. So it's interesting. I mean, they already said that they're not going to focus on illegal immigrants that have DUIs and simple assaults. That they weren't going to focus on deporting them. So
I saw a terrible video the other day in San Francisco, where the person pulled their car up and another car pulled beside them. They smashed the back window, stole their video equipment, and were gone in less than 10 seconds. People couldn't get out of their cars. They didn't know what was going on.
Crime is really bad in Chicago, too. I mean, it's bad everywhere. But
we got to get on a positive note again because I'm feeling a little down here.
Me too. I
mean, you're bringing me down, man. I mean, wow. Let's get back to something more positive. Like the stock market.
The stock market, New York Stock Exchange. Actually, one more thing.
Okay, please.
They threatened to leave New York City over the transfer tax and move to a more friendly tax state like Nevada, Texas, or Florida.
The New York Stock Exchange You're telling me that the New York Stock Exchange is threatened to move the New York Stock Exchange.
Yes.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That's the world we live in. Hey, we need your comments, suggestions. Follow us. You got any suggestions below about what we should cover? It's risk on. Risk on is a rule, kind of a thought process on taking risk, putting things at risk, starting a business, owning stocks, taking initiative. Risk on means something to me. It's how I live my life. This is Jason Bartholomew. We're here in Las Vegas, Nevada, our new home, right?
Absolutely.
This is show number 9. We're super grateful for you participating. Want to send you some merch on Risk On. Comment below. Today is February 11th. Am I right, Skyla? This is show number 8, or is it show number 9? Show number 9?
Yeah.
Show number 9. This has been Risk On. Thanks for watching.